Each of us has found more than he or she bargained for in Eterna. Some have found gold. Some have found peace. Some have found each other. Leo Cromwell found his greatest discovery and his last. Let his death put an end to our bitterness and our selfishness. With your help, let us find our way out to those above us so that we...
There that goes again, that's south.
I suggest we conclude our service and work on finding our way out of here.
I second that.
I didn't even have a flower to put on his grave. All I can say is, I love you, Daddy.
Let me get Christine back to her room. I'll be back to help dig as soon as I can, okay?
Take your time, Wade. She needs you right now.
All right, everybody, let's get started.
Before we do, a word of warning. No one goes near that wall of gold or touches the control panel under the lamp.
Y'all hear that, Mr. Grand? Gabrielle? What chain reaction that started can very well bring down this whole damn mountain right on top of our heads.
Know the situation, Cord.
Last night, Tina and I found some more supplies in another storage area. Perhaps we can make a raft that'll take us down on the river.
Yeah, if we ever find it.
Don't you worry about that, honey. We're gonna find it all right. Tell you what, why don't you and Gabrielle get started on that raft? Cold silence give me a real bad feeling. Every second counts.
Mickey, do you want to help us?
Well, I'll be there just as soon as I can, okay?
Okay, gentlemen. Before we get the picks and shovels, it's best to get the boulders away from the base of the wall.
Roger, you can't do that with your injury.
You heard Gord? Every second counts.
I'm right here, guys.
I'm okay. Hey, call Lucy and tell her not to worry.
First things first. Yep, ER2, please. Can you tell me what happened?
Oh, it's just a little accident.
Little accident. The guy's name is Terry Gibbs. He's part of the rescue crew on Llantano Mountain.
I was using one of the high-powered drills. You know, everyone's racing the clock up there trying to break through those people down there.
Yeah, he raced a little fast.
Yeah, so that drill slipped and tried to go right through my leg.
All right, nurse, what do we got?
Right.
Oh, Brenda,
Don't
what do you...
lecture me now. This is Terry Gibbs. It seemed he tried to ventilate his leg with a high-powered drill.
All right. All right, we will talk about this later. Mr. Gibbs, let me check your leg.
I keep telling this nice nurse here I'm fine. You know, it's those people trapped in the mountain that need help.
Yeah, he's one of the rescue workers up there.
Llantano Mountain. Okay. Well, we better get you patched up and back to work.
Finally, a man who understands. Just slap some tape on it, Doc, and let me get back up there.
You just take it easy, Mr. Gibbs. Done some serious damage here. The femoral artery is still intact, though. Brenda, I want to take him to the trauma center.
I keep telling you, Doc, there's nothing wrong with me that a bandage and a kiss from my girl wouldn't fix.
Well, I really admire your attitude there, Mr. Gibbs, but you let me be the doctor. You be the patient. Fellas, we're going to take him down to the trauma center. Is it clear?
Yeah, so clear.
Okay, guys, let's sort of get him out of here.
Larry, do you need me for anything else?
Yeah, I would like you to go up to the nurse's lounge and take it nice and easy and rest, and then I will give you that little lecture a little later.
Where's Terry? They said they brought him in here. Where is he?
They just took him out to the trauma center, miss.
Trauma. Is he all right?
No, calm down. He'll be fine. Are you Lucy?
How did you know?
Because that was the first thing that Mr. Gibbs said to me, was to go and find you and tell you that he's okay.
Oh, then he was conscious when they brought him in. Oh, thank the Lord. I didn't know. I just knew that he'd hurt himself up on the mountain.
I've got to see him. Where's the trauma center? It's better if you just stay here for a while, okay?
No, but I've got to be with him.
Believe me, they're doing everything they can for him. You'll just be in the way there. But if you want to, I'll walk you over down the hall and get some coffee, and you can wait there, okay, Mrs. Gibbs?
No, it's not Gibbs.
I'm sorry?
No, my name is Kiefer. Terry and I are engaged. We're going to be married in a couple of weeks. There's a baby on the way. Our baby.
I see.
The first thing I thought of when I heard about the accident is my poor child. Being born into a world without a father. God wouldn't be that cruel, would he?
The God I know isn't cruel. I think you just have to have faith and believe that things work out for the best.
I always had faith. But when something like this happened, I couldn't expect you to understand. I need Terry. Our baby needs him. I don't think I could manage without him.
Well, you just still have to have faith and keep believing that everything's going to work out. You want to go and talk for a little bit? I'll walk you down the hall and...
Oh, thank you, but I think I want to be alone for a little while.
Okay. I'll come and get you when Terry comes out.
I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Yeah, if you call powdered eggs and black coffee breakfast.
Well, after the night we put in, I'm grateful for anything.
Well, you will have to allow me to make breakfast for you someday.
That sounds interesting.
Oh, yeah. Better make that dinner, actually. I may not be a whiz in the kitchen, but let me tell you, I can throw out my credit cards with the best of them. And I know this restaurant, fettuccine Alfredo.
Megan, don't talk about real food at a time like this.
Yeah. I just thought we should talk about something else. Keep our minds off what's happening. Or what's not happening, I should say.
Well, now that they're drilling again, I think we're going to get lucky today. As a matter of fact, I guarantee it.
You know, I hope so, Bo. We're tired and in yesterday's clothes, but Dad and Vicky and the others, they're down there and they've been...
Hey, you're supposed to be thinking about something else, right? How about fraternity row? You all set to go on the big location shoot?
Oh, yeah, I guess I'm excited about that, except it just doesn't seem important right now.
You know, Megan, your father wouldn't want you to neglect your own life. He's proud of you.
It's taken him a little while, but I think he's finally gotten used to the fact that he's got a daughter as an actress. And a pretty good one at that.
I'd say more than just a pretty good one. And I know what it's like to try to earn your father's respect, too.
I've been watching you and Ace up here, working together. I think he really trusts your judgment.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it didn't come easy. I'd love to know what he thinks about me right now. Producing a TV show. I just don't think that's what he had in mind for me.
Mom, look at me. I look like a pig in these clothes. I slept the night on a hollow log. Hardly the life of a glamorous TV star.
I guess I better call a publicist and have that photographer cancel in, because I wanted to get some shots of you just like this, just for your public.
No.
I think, this is great.
No.
I mean,
You want me to throw hot coffee on you? No.
Hi.
Hi. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt anything.
No, you're not.
No, we were just trying to amuse ourselves just a little bit. Just a nice change of pace.
Something wrong? Apparently not. When I woke up at the cabin and couldn't find her, I was worried. I thought maybe they'd broken through at the site.
If only.
I just couldn't sleep knowing that everyone was working up here, so I came up to see if I could help. Well, good, that did, but there's still been no contact, huh?
No. As a matter of fact, we had an accident just before daybreak. One of our boys, Terry Gibbs, busted up his leg. We had to take him to Llantano Hospital.
Is he all right?
Well, we don't know yet, but we had to stop drilling.
Well, Fortunately, it started up again, and Bo thinks that they're going to be able to lower the ultra-sensitive amplifier even deeper. Well, that's something to be hopeful for.
I hope that's about all we're living on right now. That and powdered eggs.
Bo and I just had a little breakfast. We spent a long night keeping each other company on this log. Did you?
Yeah. You know what? You ladies will have to excuse me. I'm going to run and call Clint. He went back to Llantano to check on the kids. And Megan, thanks for sharing breakfast with me. And I'm going to hold you to that dinner date, too, okay?
You got it.
All right. See you later.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go see if the work... No, Sarah, I think we should talk about something.
Today is Tuesday.
Could we talk about this another time, please, right now? No, Sarah, I saw how upset you were when you came up from the cabin. Now, what's wrong? What's wrong? Isn't it fairly obvious, Megan? Our father is trapped underneath this mountain. We don't know if we're ever going to see him alive again. Aside from that, I was tossing and turning all night long. Well, I'm upset about all of this, too. I tried to reach Mom last night in New York, and people in the hotel said that she'd already checked out. So either she's moved again, or she's heard the news and she's on her way to Lambview. I hope so. I could really use her being around right now. Anyway, if that's all, I was... No, that is not all. Now, when I asked you what was wrong, I was not referring to Dad. Megan, Don't say that I'm imagining things, Sarah. I'm your sister. I know when something is the matter. I'm just a little anxious, okay? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go see if the workers need my help. It's Bo, isn't it? Why don't you just say it? It bothered you to see the two of us together. Now, I really want to know where you get these crazy ideas. Do you think that I'm trying to come between you and Bo, Sarah? Is that what you think I'm trying to do?
Christine, just stop.
Let me go.
Where are you going to go?
Anywhere. I can't take this anymore. Just get me out of this pit.
Look, don't you think I've wanted to take a running jump at these walls? You got to stop thinking that way. It's not going to get you anywhere.
There's a way out. There has to be.
Yes, there is a way out, but we haven't found it yet. That's why we have to keep digging through the wall and get to the river so we can get a raft and then
don't patronize me. This river and the raft is just a fantasy to keep us all from going crazy.
No, it's not a fantasy. Roger has looked at the maps.
I don't care what Roger Gordon says. You know, this underground city has never given anybody anything but a bunch of pain.
You can't blame all of this on Eterna.
No, I've got plenty of blame to spread. Starting with Michael Grand. If it wasn't for him, my father would... No. My father's dead because of me.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
No, it's not. Did I help him even though I knew he was sick? Did I stop him from coming here to try to find the gold?
You tried to stop him. We all tried to stop him.
Well, I should have tried harder. The only reason he wanted to find that gold was for me. The only reason he ever did anything was because of me.
Christine, you can't make yourself responsible for his death.
You're trying to help me take this guilt away, and it's stupid, but it's the only thing that I have left.
That's not true.
It is true. Now that my father's gone, what else do I have? Unless I have you. You want me to say it again? All right. I'm in love with you. What about you, Wade? Do you love me?
Oh, Roger, please don't argue with me. Just sit down.
All right, but only if it'll make you stop worrying about me.
Yes, it will. Come on. You've certainly done more than your share to keep our little band alive. I think you're entitled to a break.
Just don't throw a blanket on me and offer me canned chicken soup, okay?
I promise I won't. We'll just sit quietly, all right?
That sounds good.
What happened after my father discovered we were lovers? I remembered a bit more yesterday, before Leo was killed. I fell asleep here at the table, and I had a dream, and when I woke up, I realized it wasn't a dream, that it was a memory. I remembered a confrontation between my father and myself about you.
What did you remember?
A terrible fight. I returned home very early one morning to the cabin after having spent the entire night in the woods with you. Father was there. He was waiting for me, and he was absolutely livid. He demanded to know who you were, and when I wouldn't tell him, he said that he was going to take me away from the mountain, take me back to Landfair, and then we were interrupted by my friend Lauren Howard.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
So I was right. Anyway, Father left us alone for a few minutes, and I gave Lauren my Eterna pin, and I asked her to keep it safe for me.
Safe? If only you had known.
Known what? Anyway, all I remember after then was my father coming back in, and he was trying to drag me out to the car, and I didn't want to go, and I was sobbing. I was in tears.
Is that all you remember?
Yes.
You're right, Becky. You deserve to know the rest of the story. While you were fighting with your father, I had my own troubles back here in Eterna.
Bruce, Gordon! I don't know what you're talking about. Look, get my father. He'll make you sorry for this. Your father won't save you. You broke the rules. What rules did I break? You were in the tunnel with a girl from up there. Oh, how could I possibly know any from up there? You tell us.
Unauthorized personnel without the protective pin can destroy Eterna.
I know that. I'm telling you, there wasn't any girl. If your girlfriend is found in that tunnel without a pin, she sets off an explosion, sealing every escape.
You want to trap us all inside? Is that what you want?
Of course not. Dad, tell him there's some mistake.
You escaped.
I ran for my life, all the way back to the tunnel.
So you found your way back to me. We did find each other again, didn't we, Roger?
All right, Gina, just give that to Dr. Foster for me. He's with Mr. Gibbs.
Right, Dr. Howard.
Brenda, I thought you were going to be up in the nurse's
I
lab.
just got something in my eye. I think I'm going to go to the bathroom and get it out, and I'll go tell Lucy that Mr. Keeper's okay.
What happened? Something happened while I was upstairs. What is it?
Nothing happened.
Come on, you say that. Every time you say that, then I find out later that you fainted or something worse.
I didn't faint. I got a little dizzy, and I just went over there and collected myself. That's all, Larry.
That's all.
Listen, I don't think I can take a lecture from you right now, right?
I'm sorry. I'm concerned about you, Brenda. And you know, you tell me you had a dizzy spell. Well,
it's not that. It was Terry Gibbs when he came in here. He just reminds me so much of Steve. I can't explain that to you, but... Well, and then Lucy, his fiancée, comes in, and she's gonna have his child. And she said that she didn't know how she could ever manage without the father of that baby around.
it's okay.
And then she said to me that I wouldn't understand that. And I wanted to tell her differently. But I couldn't say anything about it. I don't know.
All right, listen, this should not have happened. Brenda, you insist on working in the hospital. The emergency room is the one place you shouldn't.
No, it's where I should be. It keeps my mind occupied. Something's happening here at least.
Yeah, sure. Like today, like Mr. Gibbs and his fiancée and their baby.
Please, Larry, I don't want you to be mad at me. Would you comfort me? Please?
Of course. All right, baby.
It was too late to go back for my mother. I ran to the tunnel to escape. And to be with you again.
I remember this. That's when I was in the tunnel. And I was running toward you, toward the light. Oh, God, it happened. It really happened.
Vicky, maybe we'd better stop.
No, I can finish the story now. I ran away from my father. I ran away from the cabin. I wanted to be with you in Eterna.
Roger! Roger, where are you?
Victoria, come back!
Roger, he wants to take me back, but I won't go with him. I belong with you now.
Come back! Vincent, stop!
No!
Victoria!
Roger!
Victoria! You shouldn't have come here.
But Father knows about us. He won't let me see you ever again.
Just go back. I'll find you. I promise. We'll be together still. You'll see.
We're together now and forever.
Bridget. I was so sure you would... How in God's name did you survive?
I have no hold on Bo. I thought I made that clear. I just want you to know, Sarah, that I would never do anything to hurt you.
But are you telling me that you and Bo are involved?
No, of course not.
I mean, not that I have any reason to object. I was just curious.
Sarah, Bo just happens to be the only member of the Buchanan family that I seem to be able to get along with. I mean, he's easygoing and he's very nice. He makes me laugh. Well, I don't need to tell you that. I'm sure that you've noticed that.
I've noticed.
I've also noticed his serious side.
That he's a man you can depend on. A man with integrity.
Well, yeah, that's nice.
Nice?
But I don't...
It's a lot more than nice, Megan. It's a rarity. Bo Buchanan is a man with values. Very much like the whole Buchanan family, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, well, if you mean Vicky Buchanan, I could do with a little more humanity and a little less nobility.
It's just that you don't know her yet. Once she's rescued and you get a chance to know her, you'll feel differently.
Well, I'll just take your word for it. In the meantime, I'm having a nice time getting to know Bo. As a friend.
Right. That's how I feel about him, too, as a friend.
Well, good. I'm glad that that's resolved. I would hate to have us competing over a man, you know?
Spare me.
Yeah, we are sisters first. That's what's important, right?
Absolutely.
Good.
We start drilling again?
Bo, hi.
Hi, yeah, that's my name. Is everything okay?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
Fine. How's Clint?
He's good. He's good. He's back from land fair. He says the kids are doing fine.
Great. Now, if we could just have a breakthrough here, that would be even better.
Well, they're about to lower the amplifier, but it's going to take a while before it's in place, so I think we ought to head back to the studio.
Oh, well, I'm with you. There's nothing we can do here, and there's a cast and crew getting ready to tape, so...
Yeah, we might as well just throw ourselves into fraternity row right now.
We?
I was talking about Mary Lynn, of course. She may need some help with her blindness scenes.
That's great. That's great. Good. Thanks for offering, Sarah. Look, we'll all go in my car, okay? Ladies?
After you, sis.
Oh, by all means. After you.
There gotta be some more tools in here. We've been through 2 picks and a shovel already, and I tell you, we are wasting time digging through solid rock. We should be out there working on the radio right now, trying to send out another message. No, we haven't gotten anywhere with the radio. We gotta stick to the digging. You know, I realize I haven't gotten any response yet, but I know that if I sat there and if I kept sending out that signal, sooner or later I would reach a topside. No thank you. That's just the point. Ever since Leo set off the self-destruct device, time is our enemy. No kidding, man. You don't have to remind me of that. I can hear that damn clock ticking away every second in my head right now. That's why I am wasting my time here. I should be sending out a signal instead of sitting here.
Working with me, right?
Let's just try to find those tools.
Still don't trust me, do you?
Well, have you given me any reason why I should?
Yeah, I have. Yesterday when Leo was trapping Vicky.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You risked your neck so you could save Vicky, just like you did in here when the two of you were trapped with that siren going off. Well, I got news for you. Vicky may think that you've changed your stripes.
But you're not so sure.
Put yourself in my place.
I have. I've seen myself the way you all see me, and believe me, I am well aware that words will not change anything.
Yeah, and neither will a couple of damn grandstand gestures.
They weren't grandstand gestures, but that is fair enough. What you don't understand is that being down here has had a profound effect on me, that's all.
Yeah? Now, is this the gold talking?
The gold is what brought me down here, and believe me, I could take some of it with me. I could also kill Roger and have some revenge on his father. But where would that get me? What would that leave me? Nothing! Right now, my wife and child are all that matter to me.
Nice words. But then again, that's what you're good at, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have lived a polished life. But as far as I'm concerned, it has been one big failure up to now. And if I get a second chance, I'm going to do my best to be the kind of man that my parents wanted me to be.
For your sake, I hope you're right. But when and if we get out of here, you're going to have to contend with the entire Buchanan family.
Yes, I know that. All I can hope is that time and circumstance will prove to Vicky and your family that I am not what I used to be.
Yeah, well, so much for that idea. Yeah, well, listen, we gotta keep trying. We gotta find some kind of leather strips to tie the raft together. You know, at this point, chewing gum is a good guess. Oh, don't say anything about gum or anything having to do with food. I am absolutely starving. Never mind. We are all tired and we are all hungry. It could be a lot worse. Well, I don't see how with the doomsday device ticking away. How could it get worse? It's bad enough when this place was our prison. Now it seems to be our executionary chamber. Look, you can't think that way. LaCourt says that you can't... I don't care what Cord says. He only came down here to rescue you. I came after the key to a wonderful future, Tina, a future for my son and myself. You're not still thinking about the gold, are you? Didn't you see what happened to Leo? Leo was as mad as a March hare. This treasure is the only thing that is keeping me going.
I can't believe it. You know, I used to think we were so much alike. But we're not anymore. If there's anything I have learned in Eterna, it's that furs and clothing and jewelry, I mean, granted, they're wonderful. I love them, but they aren't important. They don't mean anything. All I can dream about here is just being able to walk in the sunshine again with Cord and CJ, and maybe to see some stars come out at night for a change.
Oh, my God. What little dreams, Tina. I feel sorry for you.
Funny. I was just about to say the same thing about you.
You thought I had died. When the explosion sealed the tunnel, separating us forever, I thought I died too.
How did you survive?
Well, I suppose there's no other way to explain it except to call it a miracle. The explosion was so powerful it blew a hole in the side of the tunnel, which led all the way through to the surface of the mountain. I was blown right through it by the force of the blast.
My God.
I came to on the west side of Llantano Mountain.
You're right. There's no other way to explain it. That's a miracle. Weren't you hurt?
Not seriously. When I came to, I found my way back to our poppy field, hoping you had come.
I didn't.
No. You'd left the mountain. Taken away by your father.
Oh, God, you must have been so alone.
More alone than you'll ever know. Eterna had been buried permanently. I tried digging back to find my mother, but it was impossible. I was stranded on the mountain with no place to go, forward or back.
Why didn't I come back for you? Why would I have let my father take me away? I loved you so much. Why?
You understand now why I didn't want to tell you too much too soon. I wanted to protect you from...
Nicky Smith. Nicky Smith. That's when Nicky Smith came to be. Oh, my. Nicky Smith. She was my reaction to seeing you die. She was my reaction to the part that my father and I played in your death.
Oh, if only I could have found you. If only I could have shown you that I wasn't dead. Believe me, Vicky, I tried.
No, no more. Oh, God, I need time. And we don't have any time, do we? All we have now is imminent disaster.
I've found a way out of here once before. I can do it again.
No. No miracles can happen once, but twice.
The way I see it, we've already had another miracle. Finding each other again. And once we get out of here, you'll have still another. Our daughter, Megan.
Keep telling me that, please. I want so much to see her. I want to get to know her. I want.
You will. I promise. You will.
If you think this is as important as comforting me, Larry, you've got another thing coming.
Hold still, please.
Before you get serious, can't we just talk a minute?
Brenda. This is not your old buddy Larry talking. This is your doctor and your colleague. You know, for a nurse, for someone who was supposed to know a great deal about toxemia and all that entails, you are behaving like a damn fool.
I'm doing my job, Larry.
At what price, Brenda? Your blood pressure's sky high. Your ankles are swollen.
They are slightly swollen.
They are swollen, Brenda. You know, if you continue to push yourself to the limit, I'm going to have to hospitalize you.
Again? Oh, Larry, you just...
You give me no choice.
You keep talking about how this child you're carrying is the most important thing in the world. Well, Brenda,
Listen,
start
if you
showing
doubt
it.
for 1 minute that this child is not...
I doubt your common sense. You're going to have to make a decision, Brenda. You're going to have to either listen to your doctor and obey instructions, or you're on your own. And I'm sorry, I care too much about you to stand by and watch you kill yourself or your baby or both.
Come on, let's go join.
Wait. You're being really sweet and loving, but you haven't answered my question. Do you love me or not?
Christine, the reason you're asking that question is because you feel really lonely right now.
No, the reason I'm asking you is because I love you.
Listen to me. Even though you lost your father, you're not alone. I'm not going to turn my back on you. Not now or ever.
And what happens when we get back up to Landview?
Well, that's not something we can worry about right now.
Yes, it is, because I need to know. I've opened myself up completely to you. You know what I want, and you know what I stand. Now, what happens if Mary Lynn's up there and welcomes you with open arms?
Given my marriage lately, that's a big if.
You know what I'm saying? I realize that Mary Lynn's your wife and that you've had a history together, but what am I supposed to do about the way I feel about you?
What you're feeling right now is a lot of pain and guilt and a lot of other things mixed up with it.
No, you just can't dismiss this that easily. I never meant to fall in love with you. And this has been going on for months, and I tried to stop myself, but how do you stop wanting someone? You just can't turn feelings like that off like hot and cold water. At least I can't, and I wish that I could.
I don't know what to say.
You already said it last night. Your heart is still with Mary Lynn.
But I told you that you're in my heart, too.
But it's not the same, is it? Will I ever see you when we get back to Landview?
Oh, come on.
Will I?
Christine, I don't know what's going to happen when we get back up there. I mean, I could lie to you and tell you I do, but I just don't. The thing that hurts me right now is that I'm upsetting you. But I can't give you an answer to the question you're asking. I'm sorry.
Don't say you're sorry. Just do me a favor, okay? Will you hold me?
Leo is right now. He's probably getting a big smile out of the fact that these damn walls are going to come crashing down on us. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. Okay, this should do the trick.
Unless we dig through that solid wall of rock, we won't got Leo's revenge.
Excuse me, gentlemen. You look like you could use a break.
No, we ain't got time. I thought you were building a raft.
We are. We just decided that maybe you'd like a hot meal, but if you're not interested, don't worry.
Well, thank you very much. That sounds good.
Roger, wait. What are you
Look, we
talking about?
We can't keep digging till we drop. We have to do something to keep our strength up so we can continue to work.
Since you put it that way, I've never been one to say no to a home-cooked meal, even if that home happens to be Eterna. What's on the menu? Rocket stew?
You might be pleasantly surprised, Cord. Why don't you go and see? They're serving it up in the library.
Right. Excuse me.
Come on, Michael. Let's go eat.
Michael, before you go, I'd like to
No, there is
talk.
nothing more to say, Gabrielle.
Yeah, I know. You made your sentiments quite clear earlier
Look,
on.
I don't want to hurt you, but when something is over...
It's over, I know. No hard feelings, all right? We're adults. It's all okay. Besides, I don't have time for business right now. I'm far too pragmatic, which is why it goes against my grain. I can't possibly think of leaving this place without even the morsel of gold. You're a businessman. You must understand these things.
If I were a fool, I would understand it. You saw what happened to Leo.
Yeah, well, he was an idiot. He didn't know what he was doing. You're much smarter. Besides, you were the one who tricked him into touching the gold in the first place. You read the journal. You knew all about the booby traps, which means you know how to prevent them or avoid them.
Gabrielle, leave the gold alone.
Michael, you are throwing away a fortune.
I have made and lost fortunes, and I'll make another one. But only if I don't make the biggest mistake a businessman can make, dying. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day.
Yeah, well, they also have another saying, Mr. Grant. The good Lord helps those who help themselves.
Oh, Bo, that is just terrible.
No, Megan, believe me, you can do it. This is our new leading man on the show. You know, he's our hunk. It just happens that when it comes to seducing women, he's all thumbs, that's all.
Yeah, major flaw.
Well, what we've done is we've rewritten the scene so that now you're going to be the aggressor.
Bo, he's so boring.
You know, but when you have to kiss him, just think about somebody exciting. You can do that, can't you?
Possibly. I didn't know you were coming in today. Sarah?
What?
Sisters. You can't live with them, you can't shoot them, right?
Audrey, what are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Sarah. We're all family here. So, how long has this been going on between Megan and the boss?
There's nothing going on. They're just doing a little rehearsing.
Oh, yeah? What are they rehearsing?
The scene, Audrey. Besides, if anything were going on, it wouldn't matter to me.
Oh. That's why you were staring daggers, huh?
Oh, I'm just waiting for Mary Lynn, you know. Worked very hard to make her blind scenes convincing.
Sarah, listen. I like you. And when it comes to this blind Tiffany, making that believable, you are the tops. But, this little act is... Well, let me just say that I'm less than convinced.
I really have no idea.
It's written all over your face, and it's not news. Bo's your guy, isn't he?
My guy? Audrey, this is really ridiculous.
It happens to the best of us, Sarah. It's not a crime. I mean, well, the only crime is that you were standing here in the wings and you're watching your sister walk away with him. Maybe you could use a little coaching yourself. From you? Anywhere you can get it. Listen, why don't you go out there and steal the spotlight from her? Let Bo know how you feel about him. I mean, like they say, life is not a dress rehearsal. You're only going to get one shot. Maybe you want to give up, Michael, but I'm not about to give up. There's got to be more around here. I just can't. So,
And what do we have here?
Oh, my Lord.
Here. Damn it. I think there'd be something in here like a block of gold or coins or something. Wait a minute. I bet they have the same idea that I do. That's why they locked all these things away. They didn't have time. They wanted to wait till the right moment. But I don't have time to waste. And I'm not leaving Eterna without that gold.
Well, it's not lunch at the Ritz, but if I say so myself, it's not half bad for Eterna.
It's lovely. It's lovely soup.
I'm grateful for what we have. You putting place cards at each place?
Yes, as you requested. Since this is going to be our last meal, we might as well go out in style, huh?
Don't say that, Tina.
Look, I'm sorry. What I meant to say was our last meal in Eterna. After all, tomorrow, we'll be dining on Chateaubriand at Landfair.
That's more like it. You know, it's so strange, even though we've been prisoners here, and I'll be so delighted when we leave. I guess I'll feel a little twinge of regret.
Over what?
A lot has happened here the past few days.
Yeah, a lot of terrible things have happened.
And some things not so terrible.
You mean what Roger told you?
Yes. His memory stirred up mine. Not just of events that tore us apart, but also of all the feelings that brought us together in the first place.
You mean you remember what you felt for him?
Yes, I do. Tina, it's so strange. All those feelings that I have for him, they're as real and as present as if I'd carried them around with me all my life. And I guess in a way I have. It's just that it took Eterna to bring them to the surface.
Well, the question is,
What are you going to do about these feelings?
Do? Well, that's a funny question. There's nothing to do, is there? I mean, my life is completely different than it was when I first met Roger. I have Clint, I have the children. I have a whole different life.
Okay, you didn't answer my question. What if your feelings for Roger complicate your life back home?
I don't see why it should.
What do you mean? The two of you have a child together. How are you going to handle that?
Tina, there's so many questions now. I'll deal with them when the time comes.
You know, the time may come before you realize it. Look, it's obvious that you still love Roger, and I'm sure he still loves you.
Well, there are different kinds of love.
Is that what you're going to tell Clint? Vicki, I'm sorry. I'm your sister. I care about you, so I have to ask you these things. What about Clint's feelings? Because when you get out of here and back in the real world, his feelings are going to be just as important and real to you as yours and Roger's.